Good evening students, welcome to Sri Ramanuja Vidya Mandir, a temple for learning. So in this class, we will see maximum height for a vertically projected object, time of ascent, time of descent and total time of flight and the replication. So actually we already discussed about these equations, and again I am discussing because of the importance of those equations. And while taking the equations for a freely falling object and vertically projected object, we have to consider the sign rules. So these sign rules are applied throughout the vertically projected and freely falling object and projectile objects in any kind of problem. Okay, follow these uh, sign rules. So according to these sign rules, vertically object is vertically projected. That means going upwards, take it as a positive direction. Going upward, consider as a positive direction. And moving downwards, considered as a negative direction. Considered as a negative direction. And whether an object is projected vertically upwards or freely falling object, consider acceleration is always minus g. Why? Because acceleration due to gravity, say suppose the ground, acceleration due to gravity always acts towards the ground, that equal to downward direction. Since the downward direction, a is to be taken as the minus g. Okay students? Now I'll see the maximum height. So maximum height, say for example an object is projected vertically upwards, the height at which the velocity of the object is equal to 0 is called maximum height. So you know how to do this equation. So again I am repeating, v square minus u square equals to 2as. Suppose an object is projected vertically upwards with velocity u, and at the maximum height its velocity v equal to 0, minus u square 2 into acceleration equal to minus g, and h is equals to s. We are calculating the h value. Minus and minus get cancelled, then h is equals to u square divided by 2g. So that means if you know the initial velocity of a projection, you can calculate the maximum height very easily. So no need to solve again these conditions. Directly you can use h equal to u square by 2g, and remember again don't substitute negative sign in the place of the g, because by considering the negative sign we have derived this equation h equal to u square divided by 2g. And next coming to time of ascent. So time of ascent is nothing but time taken to reach from the point of projection to maximum height. Where that maximum height, what is the velocity of a vertically projected object? 0. And let us take an object is thrown vertically upwards with velocity u. With velocity u an object is thrown, then to find the time taken to reach the maximum height, that is equals to time of ascent. So take v equal to u plus 80. So v value, final velocity 0, and applying the sign rule, u is vertical upward, therefore u equal to plus g. Upward direction we are taking the positive sign, and a equal to minus g, and let us say time of ascent equals to ta, therefore time of ascent ta is equal to u divided by g. Ta equal, this is the time of ascent formula. Now coming to the time of descent. Time of descent is time taken to reach the point of projection. Say for example this is the point of projection, object is thrown vertically upwards. In this manner the object is going and again returning along the same direction. So for our explanation convenient, we are making a small curve here and coming like this, but actually it will go along the direction, it will come along the same direction. So this curve is to be taken for explanation convenient. Understood that? So the time of descent is nothing but time taken to reach the point of projection, to reach this point of projection from maximum height. This time is nothing but time of descent. So now the time of descent, to calculate the time of descent, first we calculated the maximum height. Maximum height, say suppose object is thrown vertically upwards, then maximum height h is equal to u square divided by 2g. Till this height the body has gone. Okay, so where the velocity v is equal to 0. After that, what is happening? After reaching the maximum height, it is coming towards the ground. So then see, so we know downward direction. Now for the downward direction, applying s equals to ut plus of at square. Downward direction, s is equals to ut plus of at square. So it is dropping from this height h, where starting velocity equal to 0. So half into g into t square. 1 second, listen here students. I told you, no, say falling here from height, it is falling and moving downwards, that means the displacement is negative, a equal to minus, and time cannot be in negative value, that's why not taking any value, any sign rule for the time. Not only in this problem, don't take sign rule for the time value. So because time is the only scalar quantity. Now t equals to root over 2 into h divided by g, and we know already h value previously already calculated. What is the h value here? H is equal to u square divided by 2g. So substituting h is equal to u square divided by 2g, h is equal to u square divided by 2g in this equation, then time t equal to root over 2 divided by g, and h is equal to u square divided by 2g. Let us take this time denoted by time td, that equal time of descent, and 2 value getting cancelled, and under root u square divided by g square, that is equal to u divided by g. So if you look at the derivations of time of ascent and time of descent, time of ascent is also u divided by g, and time of ascent formula also u by g, and time of descent is also u by g. Therefore total time of flight, that means to move from the point of projection to the maximum height, and also to reach the point of projection from the maximum height, both times are equal, and time of flight is nothing but time of ascent plus time of descent, that is equals to ta plus td. So ta is nothing but u divided by g, plus td is also u divided by g, that equals to 2u divided by g, which is equivalent to time of flight. So students have to remember this formula. If you remember this formula, no, the advantage is, but again no need to take the derivations for the time of ascent and time of descent. Directly you can substitute the given data, directly you can get the answers. So that is one advantage. Okay. So this is the time of descent. We'll see simple example on this. Say suppose an object thrown vertically upwards, vertically upwards with a velocity 80 meter per second. 80 meter per second. Then they are asking find maximum height. First maximum height, second time of ascent, third time of descent, and fourth time of flight. These are the terms they are asking to find. Now we'll see. Now students, while practicing, change the u value. Instead of 18, then you can take 45, 55, like that also you can take, and you can find maximum height, time of ascent, time of this descent, and also the time of flight. First, finding the maximum height, direct formulas we are using. So the maximum height capital H is equals to u square divided by 2g. That is the formula, where u is the projection velocity. Okay, at the point of projection, velocity equal to u. Then maximum height, direct formula, u square by 2g. So, and take g value equals to 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second square. So, substituting the u value. What is the u value given here? 80. So, 80 and into 80 divided by 2 into g. G equals to 10. 10 value getting cancelled, and 4, that equal to, so 320 meters. That is the maximum height reached by it. Then coming to the time of ascent. So time of ascent is equal to u divided by g. So u by g, what is the u value? U value is given 80 divided by g equals to 10. Therefore 0 and 0, that will give you the 8 seconds. Again, for time of descent, no need to do any calculation. So we already know time of ascent equals to time of descent. Therefore time of descent is nothing but time of ascent, that is equal to again u by g, which is also equivalent to 8 seconds. So then the fourth one, the total time of flight, capital T. So time of flight, that is the time of ascent plus time of descent, that is equal to 2u by g. So u by g, just now we calculated 2 into u by g is nothing but 8 seconds. Therefore 2 into 8 is equal to 16 seconds. So this is how you can calculate maximum height, time of ascent, time of descent, and that total time of flight if the initial velocity of the projection is given. Understood, students? So practice at least 3 problems by taking your own data. So time of flight, generally time of flight is represented with the big T, capital T equals to 2u divided by g. Okay, time of ascent plus time of descent, that equals to capital G. Now students, we are looking at some important standard the derivations in this kinematics for a vertically projected body. So this is very important one. So an object is thrown vertically upwards. An object thrown vertically upwards with a velocity u. With velocity u. They are asking find the velocity at half of the maximum height. Half of the maximum height. So if we will take some options also. Suppose the first option is u by 2 and u divided by root 2. Okay, u by 3 and u by root 3. We'll take some options. Out of these options, we have to choose the correct one. Now we'll see solution. First, read the question properly. So an object is thrown vertically upwards with velocity u. So we making a diagram here. So this is the ground level. An object thrown vertically upwards with a velocity u. With some velocity u. They are asking the velocity at half of the maximum height. Say suppose this is the maximum height reached by it. Till here it has reached the maximum height. That is denoted by capital H. Now they are asking what is the velocity at half of the max. Let us take this is the point. So this point belonging to the half of the maximum height. half of the maximum height at this particular point. This is the velocity, we finding the v. That is our interest. Okay, students. Now we'll see. We will verify the four equations, so first equation, second equation, and third equation, and we'll see which equation is preferable to find the velocity at half of the maximum height. So again, first equation, v equal to u plus at. So this is not possible because the height term is not there and the time is also not given in this problem. Then s is equals to, eliminating the first equation, then moving to the second equation. The second equation is also not possible because the time information is not there. So and the final velocity point is not there. Therefore eliminating the second term equation also. Then taking v square minus u square equals to 2 into a into s. So final velocity, here we finding the velocity at half of the maximum height. That means point of projection. This point is the initial point. This point is the final point. Therefore v square, using this formula, that is v square minus u square, that equal to 2, a equal to minus g, because acceleration due to gravity, whether object going up or moving downwards, acceleration due to gravity always to be taken as negative, because that is the property of the earth. We are not able to change that property. So applying the sine rule for the downward direction, it is always equivalent to minus g. And the height here, s is nothing but at what height we are finding? H divided by 2. The s is equals to h divided by 2. Okay, using the v square minus u square here in this equation. Okay, then v square, our aim is to get the v value. If you look at the options, all the options are written in terms of the u. So therefore v square minus u square, so 2 value getting cancelled, minus g, and you already know, we already know maximum height formula. Maximum height formula is u square by 2g. So u square divided by 2 into g, and g value getting cancelled. Then v square, bringing minus u square to the right hand side, that is equal to u square minus u square divided by 2. Then v square equals to, taking LCM, 2u square minus u square divided by 2, that is equal to, where v equals to, okay, so u divided by root 2. Then plus or minus both will come. Why plus or minus both is coming? See here. So as the object is moving vertical upwards, it will cross this point 2 times during its travel. That means one time while going upwards, and after reaching maximum height, again it will return back towards the ground, and during that returning also it is crossing the maximum height second time. That's why both plus or minus both are correct. That means we take v equal to plus u divided by root. As I already told you, positive sign representing going upwards, negative sign representing going downwards. That means v equal to plus u by root 2 we consider while going up, otherwise while moving upward direction, because it crosses the same point 2 times. One time going upwards, the second time while moving downwards. Second time v equal to minus u divided by root 2. So that means while moving downwards. So this is the condition. That's why v equals to, so plus or minus u divided by root 2, both can be valid. So suppose it is going up, we use plus sign. If it is moving down, minus sign we are going to use. That means if u value is known value, say so for example, simple question you can frame from this for this formula, v equal to u by root 2. So an object projected vertically up, so vertically upwards, an object projected vertically upwards with velocity with 40 meter per second. With velocity 40 meter per second. Find velocity at half of the maximum height. at half of maximum height. So then direct formula, we just now we derived the direct formula, v equal to plus or minus u divided by root 2, that equal to v equal to plus or minus u value 40 divided by root 2. So again, if you wanted to further simplify this equation, multiply with root 2, divide with root 2. So that equals to v equal to plus or minus 40 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2 equals to 2 will come. That equal to plus or minus 20 into root 2 meter per second. This is how we can calculate the velocity of an object at the half of the maximum height. This is the constant value for vertically projected object. Remember, for vertically projected object. So these are the standard equations right now we are deriving. So one more equation also there, that also I am going to tell you. That is also a very standard problem. So an object thrown vertically upwards, an object thrown vertically upwards with a velocity u. So we have to find the velocity at 3/4 of the maximum height. We finding the velocity at 3/4 of the maximum height. Maximum height. Now here also we can take some options. So u by 2, u by root 2, u by root 3, u by 3. Okay, let us derive the general formula. First try to take the diagram. Whenever you are doing the problems, now first draw the diagram. From the diagram you can visualize the formula also. Okay, an object is thrown vertically upwards with velocity u. An object is thrown, this is the ground point, this is the ground, say an object is thrown vertically upwards with a velocity u at the point of projection velocity u. Find the velocity at the 3/4 of the maximum height. So till here it has travelled. So this equal to maximum height, that equal to capital H. We know the capital H formula. Capital H equal to u square divided by 2g. Capital H equal to u square divided by 2g. So then we finding, our aim is to get the velocity. So this particular point, say velocity, this is the velocity. So at this point velocity we calculating, and this point is at 3/4 of the maximum height. This equal to 3/4 of the maximum height. So here also we using the third equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So v square minus u square equal to 2as. So this particular point, 3/4 of the height, velocity equal to v, that's what we are going to find. And at the point of projection velocity is given as a u, that is u square. 2 into acceleration equal to minus g, and displacement is upward because this is the initial point, this is the final point. Between these two, that is from initial to final point direction, that